Big big trade in the NFL. The San Francisco 49ers going for it. F those picks is what they're saying, Rob. Like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan's good friend, coaching buddy. They did it and they got the Rams a championship, and the Niners are doing it too. They trade a second, a third, and a fourth round pick in the next draft, 2023, and a fifth round pick in 2024 for Christian McCaffrey. Great running back when he's healthy. 26 years old, not old, but not young. And they're going for it all, Rob. What are your thoughts?
Day late, dollar short.
Really?
Yep.
So do you think it's a bad trade or just
I just don't think it's going to pan out the way that they hope. If this was a couple of years ago, Chris, right? He's been so injured, so banged up. I just don't know what's left there. I really don't. Now, if he comes in to San Francisco and gets it together and plays well, then they did the right thing. I don't look at him the same way. I really don't. McCaffrey's been hurt an awful lot. I think on paper, if you just see names, you go, wow,
right?
That's awesome. Did they automatically, they're going to win the NFC this year because they made that trade? No. I don't feel that. And
I think
that's the trade that if you're going to make that, that's how you want to feel about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we just got the missing piece. I don't think that's it.
Well, here's how I look at it, whether or not they're the team to beat in the NFC. When I think of the teams to beat, like if you said who are the teams or the team to beat in the AFC, I would say Buffalo and Kansas City. Like, I think there is a gap. That doesn't mean they're definitely winning it. I'm just saying there's a gap in my mind between those two teams and everyone else in the AFC. I cannot say that about San Francisco now. I think they're better. Rob, you're absolutely right about Christian McCaffrey and his injury history. It's sad because it's derailed what looking like it might be a Hall of Fame career at one point.
Right.
But this year he's been healthy. And he's been good. And so I do think it's a good trade. They gave up, as I said, 4 picks. But remember, Rob, they have 2 compensatory picks from when, the rule the NFL had where if a minority coach or executive is hired from your organization,
they actually have 6
in
of those
another
picks.
Organization, they get picks. Well, they've lost some of them though, or traded or used or whatever. But they got 2 of the third round ones left. And so in this upcoming draft, they really lost 1 pick, a second rounder. The fourth rounder will equate with the extra third rounder they have. So they still got 2 third round picks, not costing them any really much money at all this year. In the following years, it'll be $12 million for the next 3 years each. But I think it's a good trade. I agree with you. It doesn't definitively put them above the fray in the NFC. You still might say Philly is the favorite. But San Francisco's right there. I think Philly, Dallas, San Francisco, and Tampa, if they get it together, are the 4 teams out there that are the top. I don't know if you want to include Minnesota. I don't at this point. We'll see how they continue to play. But I think it was a good trade. And it'll be the interesting thing, Rob, is they didn't need their system is kind of plug in the running back. I mean, we've seen every remember Raheem Mostert looked like a superstar in the playoffs when they went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember, what was that game? Was that against the Packers? He ran for 200 yards.
It was looked like O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, he was amazing.
This year, Jeff Wilson Jr. is playing well. So I don't think they got him so much. Obviously, he'll help the running game and make it better. But I think, Rob, his ability to catch out of the backfield, those check downs and things like that, and turn some of those into big gains and even big touchdowns, I think that's where his value will really be seen. And Rob, as you and I both like Jimmy G, but I think we both understand he's a game manager. And that's really the reason I don't put them ahead of the rest of the pack in the NFC is because I don't know about in the playoffs, but I know Jalen Hurts right now looks better than Jimmy G. Dak, I think people would say is better than Jimmy G. And obviously Tom Brady, or if the Packers get it together, Aaron Rodgers. So they don't have a star quarterback. That's what, to me, makes it hard to say, oh, they're the team to beat in their conference. But I think when you don't have the star quarterback, what do? You put stars around them. And Debo, Kittle, I like Brandon Ayuk, even though he's not a star. And now you add Christian McCaffrey. And so you've got playmakers and game breakers with Jimmy G, Rob. And I think it definitely makes them better. But you are right. They got to stay healthy because him and they are too often banged up.
Yeah, I mean, it could work out. I'm just saying it wasn't like, wow, they just got the magic formula and they're going to be in the NFC Championship game or get to the Super Bowl. I just didn't feel like that. And, maybe they just had picks laying around and they're trying to do the Rams thing. It worked out for them.
Right.
Which is funny because they dropped the interception that might not have been worked for the Rams. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's how close it is, Chris. Like, that is really, if you're the 49ers, you could have felt like, man, we were right there. And we could have been that if that guy held on. I can't remember his name.
Absolutely. Jaquaski Tart.
Yes, I should. Mr. Tart, who's no longer in the NFL.
That.
Right. I mean,
right.
But
remember, Rob, last year, did you feel when the Rams added Von Miller, when they added OBJ? Those are good pickups.
Yeah,
but
I still didn't think. Nah.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I didn't know what the
like
road was.
Over the hump. Right.
I didn't know what the road was. I didn't know some of the other issues that came up. You know what I mean? If you go back and think the Rams had to go to Tampa Bay, on the road and win that game and whatnot, you could have made a case. And then Kyler Murray was terrible in that game. Remember that? Like one of the worst games for their first road game. Yeah, I mean, there were things that worked out for them, but they won. So it'll be interesting to see, how this thing plays out. But I'm not stamping them saying they just won the room. I'm not there.
Right.